I'm making this video because a couple weeks back at the beginning of summer I was mentioning that I had different plans and I was changing what I was editing on, and I kind of want to give you the full backstory as to what I've been editing on previously and what I'm using now and what is to come. So I want to let's go back in time, and I want to preface this with the fact that I do have a deck in cinema, and I've done 2 years of learning how to everything about films basically. And when I moved to Montreal in 2020 in December as a Christmas present, me and my boyfriend Derek both bought the new MacBook Pro M1 13-inch with 256 gigabytes of storage and just basic memory and basic RAM. We bought them originally, the MacBook Pros originally were for school, and me was to edit because I was starting to do videos and starting posting on YouTube and everything, and with the plans of maybe a couple years down the line to have businesses. It's something that has been both on our minds. Previous to that, I was using a HP computer that was passed down from a family member. On the HP computer, I was using DaVinci Resolve as my primary software of editing. And when I did my deck in cinema, I started using Premiere. So the Adobe line with Photoshop and After Effects and everything, I learned most of that. But it's been a couple years and I've been using Apple since 2020. So I've been editing on Final Cut Pro, and I got the full version of Final Cut Pro with my MacBook originally in 2020. And I want to say a few months later, maybe like 3, 4 months maybe, they came out with the new MacBook Pro. And since we just had ours, we didn't want to change it, but we did realize that it wasn't necessarily fulfilling exactly what we were, like all our needs. We both started playing video games a lot more, and quickly we realized that Windows and a proper PC is better for gaming. I also quickly realized after finishing my deck that I wasn't editing, and I mean videos and pictures all day every day. So I realized that maybe it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. And I want to just briefly mention that my boyfriend was previously working at Apple, and he's not anymore, so I just want to disclose this. And because he was under contract, he wouldn't be able to start a business or even start streaming if it was something that would bring in money and income. It had to be declared. It's super mega complicated. So the idea of keeping the MacBook Pro we just got for businesses went out the window pretty fast. And we still kept our computers because they were doing the work. We were online a lot at first, and as time progressed, everyone knows COVID, we started slowly going back in person. And my boyfriend has his iPad Pro already, so schoolwork can easily be done on that. We'd find ourselves him using more his iPad and me using more the iPhone I had at the time to do whatever we were needing on our daily basis, more than what we were using our computers. And after a year and a half, in May this year, so May 2022, we decided that it would be a good idea to trade in both our MacBook Pros, and I also at the same time traded in my iPhone. It was the prime best time to go and trade them in, because that was the convention at the beginning of June that they were announcing software updates, and we weren't sure, but we took the guess that he would probably come out with new products, and we were right, because in June, literally 2 weeks after we traded in both our MacBooks and my iPhone, the new MacBook Air M2 came out with like the midnight blue and a new finish and everything, with the gift cards we collected from both the MacBooks and my iPhone, which iPhone 11 Pro Max with 256 gigabytes of storage, and rest was basic. And for both MacBook Pros, which I mentioned was with the M1 first gen 13-inch, 256 gigabytes of storage with all the basic RAM and everything. My phone was 560, and then my computer was 960, and his computer was 970. Prices fluctuate, they change, and since the new one came out, if we would have waited the 2 weeks more to trade them in, we would have gotten a lot less for them. So with the total of from the 3 gift cards, I ordered my iPad Air, which is what I'm showing right now. I have notes written on here of everything I'm mentioning because it's a lot of info. And I ordered, the iPad Air in silver gray. I'll put the video in the cards because I do have a whole video on my channel, but I took this one, I think it's a black one with basic on it, just to replace my iPhone. I also have cellular data that I can use on my iPad. I got my iPad Air for, again, school, editing, pictures, mostly videos in the meantime, and games also, because I play a lot of games on my iPad. The new thing is that we finally, as of last week, got the MacBook Air with M2, and after applying all the gift cards, we used my computer's gift card was used for my iPad Air. It was about 1,000, I think. I had 960, and I used 30 from my iPhone gift card also, so it was like 990. I bought my iPad, so it cost me nothing out of pocket, and we used the remaining 970 plus the 530 that was left on the new MacBook Air. I know just mentioning those numbers does not make sense with if you go look by yourself. As I mentioned, he was previously working at Apple. We got the new one with the gift cards, and it came out for the MacBook Air at $80, about $80 out of pocket for us, and Canadian, and about 60 USD if you do the conversion for the M2 in the MacBook Air, with Apple Care included. I take Apple Care on literally every device. I do not care about your opinion compared to that, but we did get it upgraded, which is why it's that price. As for all the upgrades and techie stuff, I will do a video at the beginning of August when we get the computer with all the specs and everything, and me opening it and unboxing it as I always do. I did my MacBook Pro when I got it back in, we ordered them in December, and I think we got them in January or something, but I have a whole video on my channel for that one and for my iPad, and I'm gonna do one for the new MacBook Air, that's for sure. But I just wanted to mention a little bit why we're doing this, because if I'm just saying this, it makes no sense. Like, why trade 2 computers and an iPhone to get an iPad and just a MacBook Air? It seems like downgrading so much. We are both working from home now, as if you've watched my videos, you would know, because I did a whole video about me working from home. I have, and he has, his whole setup provided. He's also building himself a PC slowly, so he got his case in pre-order back in March, and he's been collected pieces here and there for his computer to build it. So PC and gaming, for now, we're gonna do everything, the both of us, on the MacBook Air. So I'm gonna do my editing. Like I said, I'm editing only like this video this week, and the pictures I do them on my iPad now, so only videos on it, and he'll be able to play his games on it. Since we upgraded it, the RAM, the CPU, and GPU should be a lot better to get the capacity working and everything feeling good and not lag the games as much as our previous computers. We're both, like I said, working from home. We're both full-time working from home as well as studies, so we have a lot less classes than we previously had. So the amount of schoolwork is a lot less, and we both have iPads too. So the main reason why we downgraded from the MacBook Pro to the MacBook Air, for my case, for the editing, I'm not yet editing in 4K, so I don't need like the mega bomb or like something like super like running and super good. I just need something to do the work and to not lag. I'm only editing HD, so it's not something that's gonna cause me problems. Yeah, as I mentioned, like we have our iPads to cover the basics. And some little last minute things. With working from home, you get deductibles on your taxes. I'm in Quebec right now, so I have some deductibles that like rent, water, electricity, some supplies, some things here and there that can be taken off my taxes, so that is a plus. That makes like everything every decision not worth it, but it makes it easier financially for us to do. And I don't want to disclose who I'm working for or what the company is or whatever, not even the field in which it is. But with our jobs working from home, we have compared to most people our age, we have a pretty good salary. I don't want to say that I have a super mega like, oh my god, I'm making so much more, but I have more than minimum wage. What I'm working in right now and the company I'm working for has high opportunities for me to be able to grow and the field of study or just get experience or anything that I need work related. It is easy for me and for him to be able to get it. So that's pretty much it. Like, I have a whole page, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but that's basically all my notes. And that's what this helps a lot. But yeah, if there's any type of thing that you'd like to see more, if me talking about financials is something that interests you, please leave a like or just comment down below what types of videos you'd like to see me do. I really want to do a what I spend in a week at some point. I think it's super interesting, the people that do them, and I'd like to be able to be more transparent about that. So